Mirmoezi, head of NIOC. Could you give us some thoughts about where NIOC will be the next 5 to 10 years from now, please?
Yes, we can discuss about this matter from several points of view. First, about the production of oil and gas, that what is the objective of NIOC and goals to produce the oil and gas in the next 5 years. As you know, we are, as a member of OPEC organization, all the prediction for demand from OPEC shows that the share of OPEC within the world will be increased gradually, and our goal is to keep at least the existing share in OPEC organization in the next 5 years. For this purpose, we must increase our capacity for produce oil from 4 million barrels per day that now is to 5 million barrels per day by the next 5 years. And about the gas, we have started a very vast development in the gas section by the support of huge reserves that, as you know, the Iran is has the second reserves, more than 26 trillion cubic meters gas reserves, is the second largest, has the second largest reserve in the world, and we wanted to develop these fields, and by substituting the liquid fuels with gas, we can utilize the clean and compatible fuel in the next decades. We will develop our gas fields, and will increase our production 1 times more in compare with what we now are producing. It means that we will reach to about 600 million cubic meters per day by next 5 years, and about 80% of which will internally use, and about 20% up to 25% will be exported, both through pipeline and LNG business. So we think that in the next 5 years that we want, I wanted to outline my statements, is that we wanted to keep our share in the increasing market for OPEC oil, and we want to make double the production of gas in the next 5 years. But from the another point of view, that is the capability of managerial capability and the technology capability, also we wanted to expand our capabilities, and now we are going to establish several departments that is needed for NIOC to separate the policy making and assign it to the Ministry of Petroleum, and NIOC will try to be as a oil company and arrive to the competition in the region and in the world for having the project abroad of our country, and to have more efficiency and more effectiveness for their operations. So another goal for NIOC is to behave as a commercial entity and to arrive to a competition in the world market, and especially in the regional market in Middle East and Asia, Central Asian and other neighborhood regions. One of the main objectives that NIOC intends to achieve is to have a better environment and better safety aspects and health within their assets and employees and environment. This is a must for every oil company that wanted to work efficiently, and by establishing a separate division in NIOC that is directly under my supervision, we have established an HSE department, Health, Safety and Environment department, to manage all the matters related to these subjects, and to control and supervise for reduction of the pollution in the air, in the water, in the land, and also to decrease the incidents that will affect on our assets and our employees. So we are very, we have an important, we pay an important attention and think about the importance of HSE in the future operations of NIOC, and will manage it more than before. Yes, especially in the Persian Gulf and Oman Sea, as you may know, all over the north part of Persian Gulf, and for first time all the Oman Sea, north part of Oman Sea now are under the coverage of 2D seismic for finding the preliminary structure that may consist and may have the hydrocarbons in there. Now we are interpreting the data and wanted to have more seismic in special blocks that we guess that in that blocks the hydrocarbon may, the probability of the existing of hydrocarbon is more than other area. We want to have 3D seismic in that special blocks, and after doing and completing such a seismic, we will release certain blocks for exploration activities to the foreign companies. Of course, we had from before the infrastructure and facilities to produce about 6 million barrels of oils per day. So we have part of that infrastructure from many years ago, but we are also evaluating our existing facility that is old and it needs to be upgraded. So we are now issuing a bid and inviting several qualified engineering and engineering company to evaluate our facilities and infrastructures and to prepare a plan and even a conceptual design that which of our infrastructures and facilities must be upgraded and must be developed to what extent that we can match our facility with our oil and gas fields and face with no difficulty in future.
The world, Iran is seeking membership or cooperation in the World Trade Organization. Will that have any influence on NIOC?
I cannot foresee that it will affect much in NIOC, because NIOC, as you know, the business of oil and gas in the world has its rules and its regulation and its comments. So I think that now we are part of the World Trading Organization in oil and gas. They have already seen our interest in, and we show our interest to them from years ago, and but with the credibility that NIOC have had from many years ago, I think that all of the foreign companies can make account on NIOC bids and NIOC announcements, and we haven't faced with the difficulty that foreign companies were not be eager and interested to participate and to cooperate with NIOC. I think that the Norway and Norwegian company are investigating in the international market for the good and aggressive markets for their operation and for their efforts. And they are not in the beginning, but somewhat in the first steps of increasing their share in the world oil market. And we also think that we have been satisfied with Norwegian companies because they are thinking, their mind and their thinking is very close to our mind, and especially our industries have not negative background from these companies from the past. This is a main and key issue that if Norwegian company shows that they will respect on mutual interest. Of course, every company think about their benefit, its benefits. But if we want to have a good and very sustainable cooperation, we must have a win-win thinking and win-win behavior in our business between each other. If Norwegian company respect to this principle, I think that it's a very good stance for Norwegian company to increase their markets in Iran, and in the next steps by joint efforts we can have also joint markets in the other markets than Iran and Norway. We can have a joint participation and joint investment in the other area in the field of oil and gas business. We have started a very close and very good situation in cooperation with Norwegian oil companies. As you may know, the first companies that we signed the exploration contract was Norsk Hydro for Anaran block, and also we are very interested with the other Norwegian companies and oil companies, with Statoil especially. Now Statoil is involving in South Pars gas field, and they have participated in the bids for 11 and 12 phases, and now they are discussing with Petropars for taking some part of 6, 7 and 8 phases of this huge gas field. Also, Statoil is participating in developing the South Pars oil field, that the tenders document have been issued 3 months ago. And apart from this investment and developing projects, we are very good and close relationship with Statoil. We are working together to study a block near Oman Sea, Hormuz block. This is a joint study, and we have formed a joint team. Also, Statoil with the RIPI. This is an R&D organization, an affiliate that do the R&D for NIOC, but RIPI with, in the form of joint venture with Statoil now are studying 3 major oil fields of Iran that is located in the south region, and the cooperation and the operation is going well. In addition, we and Statoil are cooperating with each other and have mutual interest in evaluating the R&D research and development operations in NIOC. Now we have we formed a joint organization for upgrading the facilities, the know-how of Iranian people and Iranian department of R&D within our affiliate companies and within the NIOC. So we have very good relation with Norwegian company, and I foresee that this cooperation day by day will be increasing, and we take an special account on Norwegian company, especially Statoil, that is a governmental company, and from many points of view we have a similar position, similar situation in the world market, because we are not a private companies. Of course, I have heard that Statoil, some part of their share are presenting to a stock exchange market, but we think that Statoil, with his good and very qualified, experienced people and knowledge, can be a good strategic partner for NIOC within next 5 years. Of course, Norex company has a very good collaboration with us, and it does a very good job in Persian Gulf and Oman Sea, and I think that the job is done very professionally, and according to our agreement, they will also benefit from the sale of this data and information to oil companies, and also NIOC will be benefited from this work that have done by their investment, and the interesting that has been shown, the interest that has been shown by oil companies for purchasing this information and data shows that the work again has been done professionally and in a good manner. So we are very satisfied for joint cooperation and collaboration with Norex company.